Yes, pressing it back.
A few minutes and some poetry.
It's time to return to the Northern
Yeah.
Man, this fucking dragon
We're
loves you,
taking-
man.
Region. This is pretty good.
There we go. Okay, Mongo. Wait before you load, okay? You can go back there, but don't load yet, okay?
Okay. Okay.
No loading.
Hi, everyone! Wait, why is it showing the meta show? God damn it, Boat. There we go, I got it! Haha, I fixed it. I gotta add your picture, hold on.
My God, you have more problems than
Image.
Tryon customer support.
Damn, we haven't even got the fucking show started yet. You're already going into that shit? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. God damn. The hammer.
Next, you'd be telling him it's the meta show, and suddenly, oh, we're playing Archage.
Alright, so welcome everyone to another wonderful edition of Shout Chat, where I literally shout and scream and talk about all the useless shit that's gone on in a wonderful game called Archage. I've been having a lot of fun in Archage. I don't know about you guys, but I love this game. I really don't know if you guys do, but I do. I really do. K-Color, I know you were in love with this game until a moment ago. I would say this week, you had yourself all hyped up. No, Plaid Rabbit, you missed the meta show. It already happened. So yeah, you guys, if you've been playing Archage this week, you know that there's a lot of events going on right now. There's the turkey event, where you have to feed turkeys and do all this turkey stuff to get special items and gear. You also know about the fact that they're doing, if you have a link to that K-Color, I can link it. But we've been talking about this for the last couple weeks. You can get some really cool items. You can get a new mount. Boat, are you a paladin yet? No, I'm not. I'm not playing paladin. I'm playing Skull Knight now. But yeah, so we've been really hitting the hard on the events going on. But this show is going to be a little different. I believe it was yesterday or the day before. Tryon did their... That was Friday? Okay. So yesterday, Tryon did their annual stream. They do a stream where they talk about, changes that are coming with Archage, what they're working on, and one of the biggest fucking hits with changes coming this way was the new event going on called, I believe it was a weapon event?
The Masked Daru weapons? Yeah,
the Masked Daru weapon.
Okay, but the stream was after those were released.
Yeah, so they announced for the last couple of weeks, how do you get an invite to your guild? Do we have a Goons guild? Yes, and I'll tell you about that in just a second, Find the Lost. So, for the last couple of weeks, they've been talking about how you're going to get these really awesome weapons, and everything's going to be really awesome, and everyone's going to be happy, and you're going to get to try out epic weapons. And they've been talking about this for a good couple of bit. Oh, Legendary, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Legendary. You get legendary weapons, but
bait and switch. God.
But they pulled the bait and switch. They pulled the old 1990s. Wow, I'm gonna trade you my weapon, and it's gonna be legendary. You're gonna pay me lots of money. Except for when you get the weapon, it's not legendary. It's epic, and that's exactly what Tryon did. So in their post, their official post on their own website, it says try out legendary weapons if you're above level 30. Heroic weapons if you're below level 30, and lo and behold, you open up the webpage yesterday to get these new weapons, and oh shit, they're epic. Now, something that we did a lot of research on here on the Shout Chat, we talked to a lot of different guilds, a lot of different people that are active in this game. Only one time in the last month have they mentioned the word epic weapon instead of legendary. Over 10 times did they say in different places that you'll be getting your first legendary weapon to test and enjoy. Now, what do you think about this, K-Color? Do you think they pulled a bait and switch? Do you think they were appropriate when they did this? What do you think?
I was disappointed, really. I almost disgusted by the whole fact that they tied this into their return to our game. Come play with us. You know, here's our anniversary event, and then, you know, surprise, the things that we said aren't actually gonna happen. And
Right.
when I brought this up in faction chat, everyone was saying, "Oh, you know, that's just what Tryon does." And instead of calming me down, that kind of just made me more upset.
Yeah, and that's, I agree there too, and that's something that bothered me, is that for when the entire faction, and when I say faction, I mean like the east side of the Morpheus server, which is the most active server, when the entire faction comes through and says, yeah, that's normal, you shouldn't expect that as a company. You shouldn't expect them to let you down, right? And for those that are wondering, does it really matter? I highly doubt Legendary would have been an upgrade, and the Epic wouldn't be. Well, here's the difference, and I'm going to show you that live on stream.
Like, do you have unredeemed ones? Because they
Yes.
still have not reset.
Yes, I do. I'm going to go ahead and unredeem one right now. Which one is it? The Fancy Mask or the Orb? So let me go ahead and
The
move
fancy
chat.
fance, or whatever the hell they want to call it.
So we're going to go ahead and purchase one of these. And to purchase one, you just go to the marketplace and you buy one for the event. You activate it through the mailbox. Come over here, receive weapon, receive. Once you receive it, you go to your inventory. You pop up in your inventory and you click on the epic weapon. And lo and behold, you have T1 or some epic, what look like Delphinid weapons. They're called Fancy Fance, Masked Daru Bow, Scepter Club. But here's where the problem is. You'll notice that there is shields and one-handers. There is no two-handed weapons, no Nadachis, no greatswords, no scepter or two-handed scepters. There
staves.
is no staves, no clubs that are two-handed. The bow is almost as good as my Celestial Soulforged bow, which is a pretty shit bow. But let's go into the one-handed weapon. So you go ahead and get yourself a scepter. Let's say we want a scepter, and we're going to go ahead and get a scepter. Okay, let's compare this scepter. The scepter on the left is a Divine Red Sorrow, so a Divine T5. The scepter on the right is an epic Mastar weapon. You'll notice that the scepter on the left is better than the free stat you get on the right. Now, one of the promises they made when they released these things is that the legendary weapon would be better than, or equivalent to, a Delphinid T or a T5 legendary weapon. As you can tell right here, it is worse than a Divine T5, or way worse than a Delphinid T Divine. So, yeah, it's pretty shit. There's no tempering on the weapon. There's no gems, which means if you're using this weapon versus any geared person, you're not going to do any damage. I don't know.
That was another
think?
thing that was upsetting, is they created these weapons specifically for the event. Like, these are not just, oh, you happen to get a weapon that's already in the game with a 30-minute timer on it. These are weapons that they specifically made, and they decided to give them no temper and 6 open sockets, as if someone's going to put gems in that for 30 minutes. I mean,
Color, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we have a donation, and it comes from Drink Cum McParchroad. He says, "I like one-handers." Go ahead. Sorry, I'm just. We had a wonderful donation. I'm sorry.
yeah. At least he's not regrading yet.
Oh wow. Yeah. So yeah, that's my rant for the moment. It's a pretty shitty deal. When you are, as a company, trying your best to get people to come back to the game, get new people to come to the game, you release a gear set that's designed to make people somewhat competitive on a server, and then all of a sudden they hand you a weapon that's supposed to be this great legendary weapon that you can try out and get your hopes up. Yeah, there's a big letdown. I was excited for this weapon, and yeah, it didn't happen. So that's the biggest news, I would think, is that. But the even bigger news, I think, is that their stream, is that when people went to their stream and said to them, hey, what the fuck? What are you doing? They timed them out. They silenced them. And so if any of you have a problem with how they're handling this, welcome to Say It on Shout Chat, right? These are amazing for new people to come back to the game compared to Soulforged, and that most people would be using right now. But that's the problem, Squanky. You'll notice, might I add, we'll come back to the screen here, you'll notice that I get this lovely one-hander. The problem is that the Soulforged weapon is a two-hander. So the Soulforged gear on a mage doesn't have a shield. So you get this one-hander for 30 minutes, mind you. But you have no shield. So you have the physical defense of a fucking NPC that's level 11. Like, a guy looks at you funny, hits you once, and you're dead. Right? There is nothing that you can gain from that. Like, there's no point in even reclaiming it. And if you want a shield, now you can't get a shield, you have to reclaim 2 tickets. Of the 3 you're allowed to have per day.
Apparently they don't see it on your chat box.
Chat's bothering. Okay, hold on, let me move this over again. Sorry. You get this one-hander, but you don't get a shield. Okay? So, if you are... Like, here, I'll go get the Soulforged weapon to show you. The Soulforged weapon's two-hander.
I mean, regardless of the stats on it, when you're releasing something, when you're trying to get people back to the game and you say, we're going to give you this, then the patch comes and you delay it 2 days and don't say anything, and then when you release it, it's not what you promised. Like,
that looks bad on your company, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you're asking people to promote your game and to get people playing and talking about it, and then this happens.
I wrote a guide about the event, and I posted it on TMC. And in the guide, I used the words that they used, that, you know, you would be getting a legendary weapon. So not only did they change what they said, basically it almost feels like I was lying because I misled people in my guide. And like that's even worse.
Right. It made TMC look bad, because TMC loaded a lot of articles. A lot of people really liked the article. They looked at the article, they talked about it, and then boom. Now look here. On the right, you have the gear you got as a brand new free person. On the left, you have the gear you got from this event. 79 more magic attack is not a lot when a celestial staff has just about as good of a thing as you can do, right? It's just... Yeah, I don't know. I guess we could stop with the ranting there, but it's not good as a game company to really push someone to be excited for something for 2-3 weeks and then not come through, right? And then make a lot of people who hyped and promoted that thing look bad in the process. Because now you have people who read these articles and they read these forum posts and they're coming back going, wait, what the fuck? You guys told me that it was going to be this. Where is this? Yeah, K-Color lied, people died. And Shirai has a good point. And this, maybe K-Color, you can attest to this, would have been a better idea. Have people open the folio, right? You open the folio, pick a weapon. They get to use that weapon for 30 minutes. That would have been cool. You know, get to try out something you'll never ever have, maybe. You know?
I mean, they created weapons for the event. It really would not have been hard to make it a legendary and tune it. Like...
Right.
If their concern is that the legendaries were too powerful, well, guess what? You just made the fucking weapon. Make it different.
Yeah.
Reduce the DPS if you feel it's too much damage.
Right. Well, that's another thing, too. All right, so look at this whole event, right? The letters event. We'll go back to that. You have to spell 3 words. I know a guy... Oh, 2 words.
You spell 2 different words 3 times in total.
Yeah, right. And so, Hepatitis says hi. How are you? But give me another example, is that you had to spell these words. Now, I know a guy who grinded 10 hours a day for the entire week. 70 hours at trying to get letters, and didn't even manage to spell 1 word, let alone... Well, I think he spelled 1, but didn't get the second. How are you supposed to complete that event, right, in a week? As a casual player. Maybe you play an hour a day because you don't have the time. That's a 90% less than the other guy, and he didn't even get it, right? So to make events like that unattainable, I think is kind of interesting. Now, someone says, this is why I left RJ's a long time ago. The game does not care about American markets. It showed since the release. Now, they did make a lot of strides into improving the game for the average player. They've added more land. They've done this. They've done that. But I don't think they've really helped with this most recent thing. It really kind of turned me off a little bit on some of the things that I do in this game. So, is it making it epic instead of legendary, nerfing the damage, though? It was the same color as legendary, but in epic stats, would that be better? Yeah, actually it would, because it would say that, hey, we're giving you a legendary weapon. You know, when you tell someone you're going to do something, you expect them to do it as a company. You know, a lot of people that play EVE Online would get really upset at CCP if they planned an event and then it didn't come through with it. Or they changed the event last minute, and it wasn't what they said it would be.
That's what it seems like. Okay, changing the event last minute because you're having technical issues or something came up at the last minute.
Yay.
You have an argument there. But what it seems like has happened with ArcAge is they knew the entire time it was not going to be a legendary weapon, and they still did not change the wording. They still did not clarify anywhere.
Or even
apparently
apologize.
they mentioned the word epic at one point on the stream like 2 weeks ago, and that was it. And then when it comes out, they're released, and they're just epic. When you confront them about it on their stream, first they chat ban you like they did to me. Second, they say, "Oh, we just didn't want to do it."
Right.
Like there was no remorse. There was no, we're sorry. It was just we made that decision. Fuck you. And it was the most infuriating thing ever. Not just because we didn't get these like free legendary weapons for 30 minutes, but because of the way they treated us in response to it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say that I did a lot of promoting this game over the last few months. I got a lot of goons to come back to this game. I did a lot of things, and it kind of was disappointed. But to move on from that, we do have some updates for those of you that do watch the chat. Do try to keep up with us. We are moving servers. The Imperium has taken some advice from some higher geared people, and we're moving, I believe, to Olo. Is that correct, Kikler?
Yep.
For people that are
we're going to
looking-
Olo.
Yeah.
We're going to be contesting content there.
Yep.
We've only been playing the game for like 3 months or so. We just cannot compete with the two highest people, like the two highest guilds in the entire game between Pantsu and Disaster. Like this, as much as we tried fighting, we tried everything we could, but in the end, we're just too new to the game, and we need experience. We need practice before we can really compete against them. And the hope is that one day we'll be able to return to Morpheus and fight Disaster and or Pantsu.
So the question
If they
asked,
are still there.
I haven't played for the very long time. What's the tankiest, hardest solo class to kill? I would say Paladin is the hardest to kill by itself. A really beefy plate Paladin will be the hardest to kill. But in terms of like what's useful and what's hard to kill in a group, I'd say Skull Knight. That's what I'm playing currently. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty beefy, and it does magic CC. But yeah, so with Olo, it's a cool thing because right now Morpheus, for those of you that ever played this game, Morpheus is kind of dying in the sense that the two most powerful groups on the west and east side, you have Inc. on the west and Pantsu on the east. Pantsu's kind of submitted their role as being the second best guild, and they've kind of cemented that role. They fell into like second place, and they're happy with second place. And oh, hey, thanks, Slippery Squirtle, for following. Thanks, dude. And so they've kind of resided in the fact that they're not going to ever be better than Inc. And so they decided to work with Inc. in order to get better. Pantsu has struggled recently to even kill lower tier guilds on Morpheus, such as Sanctus and such. So they are working right now with Inc. so Inc. can mentor them and help them get better. One of the ways they've been doing this is Leviathan. There was an agreement originally struck between the two of them to each get one Leviathan. But just today, I think, today or yesterday, Leviathan was killed again for a third time. It's supposed to be like the ultimate in-game content where you kill it once and like there's this big achievement. but now it's been killed 3 times, and I guess the two groups have decided, well, I mean, we killed it once, so why not kill it infinitely and make the content work? And the reason it's supposed to be so unkillable and helpful is that when you do kill it, you get an Anoan BPC, a blueprint copy. And isn't that supposed to be like the most rare thing in the game? And, well, now they're just farming them like candy. What do you think, Kid Color?
Yeah, it does appear that they're going to just be working together and farming Leviathan. I don't know what else that applies to. I don't know if they've agreed to anything. I know that the siege scrolls will be active tomorrow, but I doubt that either of them try to take each other's castles. I think they're content just working together.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to call it.
The rich get richer would be a good way to put it, yeah? Like, the guys that already have what they need are now going to get free Anoans. Because when you kill Leviathan, you get an Anoan. So, they're just going to go back and forth, and apparently Leviathan is something that's really easy to stop.
As we found out.
As we found out recently by stopping Leviathan, and we didn't smug up about this much. Getting a free 200,000 every few days by killing Leviathan together. Yeah, it's the most expensive thing. I mean, if you did Red Dragon together, yeah, you'll get a sword that's worth 30,000 gold. Or if you do Kraken, you'll get a shield that's worth 30,000 gold. But that's nothing compared to the rest. Is Olo a new server? No, it's an old server. But the way Olo is right now is that the average gear score across Olo is about 4K, 4.5. So you're not going to see the Ink level caliber 50-man raids.
You'll still see the same kind of the occasional Ink level gear score. You just won't see an entire guild of it at the same time.
Right. You might see 1 or 2 guys with it, but you won't see a whole raid with it. Then will they keep complaining about wanting server mergers so they can use their Care Bear gold to beat every server? Yeah,
That's funny how that's the one response right after that.
Maybe Tron should merge servers and we won't farm Levy. Look, I'm not going to say I sound bitter with this. I think it's a great idea. I think it's wonderful that these two have gotten together, done something that the game mechanics make it hard to do. And it's just like in Eve. Eventually you get to a point where the stuff that normally is difficult...
Whisper Dad, boat, sorry boat. I just joined Ink Nation for Leviathan Farm.
Thanks, Gerard. I'll tell about that. We just got a donation. It says, Whisper to Big Red Boat. Sorry, boat. I just joined Ink Nation for Leviathan Farm, lol. That was from Shirar. The two, quote, best guilds are free farming server together. How ironic. Well, that's the thing, is that you have the #1 guild, which is Ink. And then you have, the second best, which is Pantsu. And you thought, when these two guys got together, they were going to fight. And Ink has said that they want to fight them, but I just don't see it. I don't know. Zulman, if you already have 2 characters, you have to transfer 1. Or you have to buy a character expansion scroll, which allows you to have 4 characters.
There's no issue with the two of them working together to find
Yeah.
Leviathan, as long as they're content with actually saying it, rather than continuously saying, we're here to fight disaster, we're going to fight disaster. Just make up your mind.
Yeah, when you tell all of the world that is Archie-Age, we're here to fight them forever, and we're not here to help them in any way, and then all they do is help each other, that's what happens. So it says we fight for everything besides Leviathan. What a free 200K? I mean, yeah, but that's kind of the point. Is what's it going to be like when it's just you two on the server? I guess. I mean, well, I don't know. But we're low on time. We got 2 minutes left. Today's been a ranting show. There's been a lot of things going on in the game that's been kind of hilarious. They really have. It's been fucking hilarious. We do fight them all over the continent other than Leviathan. But the other continent's kind of irrelevant, isn't it?
Let's put fight in quotation marks here. From what I've heard from Pantsu members, hasn't been much of a fighting going on.
Yeah, I heard it's like Ink wins, and then they do Leviathan together. And then Ink wins, and they do Leviathan together. So it's been kind of like Pantsu submitting to Ink. Would that be a way to put it?
I guess the alpha dog is
try
to mate.
don't get me wrong. I mean, Ink is cool dudes. They've came on and helped us as newbies, and Pantsu have been kind of the assholes that everyone heard they were. And I ain't gonna go into that, but from what we've heard from Pantsu people that come hang out with us, it's not going so well in the camp of Pantsu. I mean, being second best has not taken to them very well.
I have no idea who Surreal is, but apparently it's not going well for anyone else who isn't in Surreal. That's all the words I hear.
Right.
It's fuck Surreal. I have no idea who they actually are. If they're a guild or part of something else.
Yeah, I don't know. But hey, K-Color, again, we're out of time. Our 30 minutes has gone, are come and gone. We're done today. I didn't think that rant would take up the whole thing, but apparently it has.
Well, we're done ranting on here, but I'm definitely not done ranting in general.
Yeah,
about
so
that bullshit they pulled.
yeah, so next week, it says here, it says laugh my ass off, you're being trolled, Surreal is just a dead guild. Well, whatever. Either way, it doesn't matter. Point is, it's been a lot of fun here on Shout Chat. Boat Show's up next. Next week, we're going to have some special guests lined up. I already have talked to one of them. But this week, we just kind of felt the need to air out some grievances against Tryon, because we tried to do it on their Twitch show. We've also tried to do it on the forums and in-game, and it's been kind of muted and kind of, undiplomatic, just get the fuck out. So, hey, it's Innovator! I love Innovator. Hi, Innovator! We got to go! Innovator's the leader of Ink, and he's an awesome dude, because Ink's been pretty awesome towards us newbies. I will join you guys, the Matani. How do I reach you guys? If you're on Olo, just be on the East Continent, and then get a hold of K-Color. You can get a hold of...
I'm not there yet.
Well, no, when K-Color gets there. But Hippojacks, Mongolian Beef... there's a list of names. If you want to, just whisper K-Color. Type your name in chat. K-Color here in chat, and he'll be do it. You got dicked by Tryon, like how you got dicked for stopping Leviathan Farm. Didn't we stop it once? I'm confused. This Owen guy seems pretty upset, so I'm a little worried about him. Hey, another donation! Disaster Nation. We rock. Thank you for your $5 donation. Sure, we rock. Yes, you do. Which Tryon game is this? This is RHH, so I'm wonderful.
Arc.
Oh, he's not talking about it. Arcade? I call it RHH. I don't give a fuck. Look, I'm the teacher.
We gotta work on this.
All right, see you guys later. Bye.
See ya.
Guys, if you're dead, Rez, get back.
A few minutes and some Owen.
It's time towards the northern
Yeah.
Man, this fucking dragon
We're
loves you,
Stay
beating
man.
with me.
region. This is